Finnish. Ei muuta kuin ihanaa luentoiltaa. So, warm welcome, Marta. And Marta is coming from Spain. Lovely to see you. And just introducing her to our audience. And Marta has started her spiritual journey quite young, when she was 14. And she has worked in foreign trade, human resources, and as a translator. Marta is the coordinator of the Brahma Kumaris Center in Barcelona and member of the national coordinating team of Brahma Kumaris in Spain. And I know in Spain and Barcelona, Brahma Kumaris Meditation Center is so popular and they are very busy. There's beautiful work what they are doing. So if you have a possibility to visit Spain, go and see Marta there. Mm-hmm. Yes, and Marta has been giving lectures on such topic as self-esteem, positive thinking, spiritual intelligence. And she's very active organizing conferences on peace, human rights, women topics, etc. But today, Marta is going to speak about silence. And this is such a lovely topic because when we look around, there is so much peacelessness and maybe fear of war, particularly on this side of the globe. So this topic, peace and silence, is maybe like a nectar in the dry desert at the moment. So warm welcome, Marta, and looking forward, what is your perspective for today's topic, love for silence? Lovely to see you. Welcome.
Thank you, Gite, and all my friends in Finland. Actually, it's my pleasure to be here and to talk about this topic because I've always loved silence. But I also see that sometimes we are in silence, but not enjoying silence. So what is the silence that I really love being in that silence? Because since I was very young, very little actually, I remember that I didn't like when so many people would talk together at the same time, I mean. And also my parents, they were practicing Hatha Yoga and then they were researching about meditation. This is why I studied meditation so early when I was 14. So I remember in summer going to La Costa Brava, which is a very popular area in the coast here. And what we would do, and really I would love doing that, was to go to see sun rays early morning and spending some time there, just there. And then we would, swim and have breakfast there. And when the crowd would come, we'd just go. And really, for me, that was very nice. I mean, I love people and I love interaction and I love having friends. But that peaceful atmosphere would guide me like guarding something very precious inside. And another situation I remember from my childhood days, here, and if someone has come to visit this area in Barcelona, we have a sacred mountain called Montserrat. So that church is open all day, and I remember going there for some sightseeing, but also we would enter to the church, just spending there 15 minutes in silence on a bench, and we would look after a while to each other, my parents and my sister, and then in silence it was like, okay, now it's time to go. So we would get up and go. So I don't know, it was like I was growing with that love for solitude. So not only silence, but I would also say solitude. That does not mean to be alone, because I know that many people may be alone and feel very lonely, but also in the middle of a crowd, someone may feel very lonely. So it's not a question of number of people that I have around, but it's the connection I have with myself. And later I would also talk how from that inner space I can also feel God or the divine very close to me. So at this moment, especially when we've gone through all these 2 years of coronavirus and now all this situation, and especially in Finland, you are seeing this like there by the border. So I think that more than ever, this silence is really precious, and we need this silence very, very much in our day-to-day life. So when I say that I love silence, does not mean that I don't talk or I don't like talking, or because I think that all of us, for different reasons, we talk a lot. But what space do I create within myself that even while talking, even while doing things, I can have that peaceful atmosphere inside? And for me, this is to experience silence. So when once a woman came to me saying, when you say that you go inside, what do you mean? Inside what? She was talking like that. Where do I go? So do you know this feeling when it's as if you would say to your thoughts, okay, now please be quiet. And when we have so many thoughts, it's not possible to be in silence, even if there is silence around. So the atmosphere, I am alone here now at this place where I am at now. So, but this does not mean that I am in silence. Because if inside, if in my mind, I keep talking and jumping from one thought to another one, and remembering this one and that one, and things that I have to do and I've not done, and so all this chatting is there, although apparently I am in silence, I am not. This is why when I was saying that perhaps I'm in the middle of many people, but still I can be in silence if I learn this practice of quieten my thoughts, of saying, okay, now I really want to go within. I just want to even to listen to what I'm thinking. And I've learned, and these last months, I'm paying attention to this, to listen to myself. Because we all sometimes in this type of lectures, we talk about the power of listening and how to listen and how good listeners are we or not. But I also want to check how good am I in listening to myself. And I've discovered that it's only from silence and this silent mood that I can ask myself how I am. Because we ask people, how are you? And we are interested in knowing about others, about the loved ones, but how I am. And it's important to know the emotions inside, or the feelings inside, especially at this moment, what is there. Because when I learn to have these periods of silence along the day, then when I'm doing that, it's like a space of safety. I feel safe. And when I feel safe, internally speaking, then I feel power. And when I feel power, I have more tools to deal with things that I don't know. This uncertainty of what may happen or what may not happen, what will happen with this, with that. Our minds are already full of all that. So in silence, I learned to teach to myself how I want to feel. And there is like a mantra, I could say, because I say this to myself so many times, because we've gone through different things here, not recently, but some years back. So I said to myself, okay, all is fine. Everything is fine. All are okay. And just saying this, but very loving, like all is fine and all will be okay. I am okay. You know, like what do you say to a little child? What do you say when there is a situation that you have to be brave? You as an adult, you know that. But what can you say to a little child? So why don't you say to you what you would say to a little child? So in these moments of silence, it's as if I would talk to this little girl, saying, okay, don't worry, everything will be fine. Everything will be fine. And when the father or the mother say something like that to a child, the child doesn't know what, but feels okay, secure, you know? So I think that it's time for us to help each other to reach to that point that we can give security feelings to each other, even not knowing what may happen, but this inner silence becomes like a power. It's a power that it's already there. Unless I am in silence, unless I love solitude, I cannot access the power I have. The power is already there in any one of you. But it's just by listening to the silence of the mind and the silence of the heart. The heart, I mean, when I reach to that level where I feel stable. And I've been thinking about it, and I think that the ultimate, the very important stage for a human being to reach would be when I am stable. You know, when yes, it's like we all have feelings, we all experience things, but to create such security that no matter what, I know that there is power within to face. And also in this silence, I can experience the qualities, the innate qualities that are already there. And when people come here to meditate, sometimes I ask them before guiding the meditation for them, I say, what would you like to experience? And they normally say peace or calm, you know, things like that, because we all wish the same things. But why? Because it's already there. It's already within us. But we have to access the core of our being, which is peace and love and power and happiness and truth or wisdom. All that is already there. It's already within me. If I keep looking here and there and here and there and talking and trying to find out where can I find peace, I'm escaping from the peace which is already there. So I encourage you to have some moments of silence every single day, even if it's just for a minute. That's even useful. And yes, we can say some words when we, and if you attend some of the meditations at the Brahma Kumaris Center, and that's okay. But even that, just silence, trying to listen what silence is saying to you. And there, in that particular silence, what I can also experience, and I think that it's good that we all talk from experience, what can we experience and not only think, but feel. And from that inner quiet space, like a sacred temple within, you know, and when something is really sacred, when the atmosphere is really peaceful, from there, it's only there that I can experience God. And I think that at this moment in time, we are all more open to the experience of Supreme Being. Because at least here we have an expression saying, okay, is there anyone to help me, to give me a hand? And when everything fails around us, I think it's a human nature that we all look up saying, okay, is there anyone there that can help us? But I can only experience it from silence within. When from there, I can be in contact with the spiritual being I am. And from there, I can have that connection with that extra energy, like the supreme energy that awakens even more the peace, love, power, happiness, and wisdom, which is there within me. And now it's not only important that we feel that connection, but it's also important that we create spaces to share that with others. I think it's only from that inner spiritual experience that we can uplift those that may be suffering, because that's already there. But are we, or do we feel responsible to create another type of feeling? And here we have an experience, because we are new in this area where the Brahma Kumaris Center is now. We've been here for 2 years, exactly since the lockdown started. So at the beginning, it was quite like not possible to do anything to the public. But little by little, the neighborhood is coming to see what are we doing. And it's really nice to see that people that perhaps they wouldn't come just for that to meditate, but at least they say, what are these people doing here? and it's nice what they say, because they may not come to the activities, but when people just entered, we have like a little area at the beginning, before the main hall, and this person just came in and said, do you know what? Since you are here, this street is so peaceful now. But talking from the heart, you know. So it was so nice. And not only this person, but yesterday we had a program after many months, all day here. So they had lunch here. It was like a group of 30 people coming. So it was the first time that they could come after the virus. So again, another person, a neighbor, I thought that she was part of the group, but she was not. She was just passing by and entered and said, oh, like, you know, this feeling of feeling safe when you reach to a place where you feel safe. And I think that this is so important, that wherever we live, every house of all of you. So if we spend time in this peaceful atmosphere every day, then all the people that will come to our house for different reasons, they would feel comfortable. They would feel safe. And when we experience that, another thing that I think is very useful is that decision power becomes more clear. When I am completely confused with so many thoughts, so many inputs, then I don't know what to do. I don't know if I should say this to this person, if I should say that to that person. But when there is clarity, then it's like instantly, okay, I should do this. I should phone that person and say that to that one. I should be doing this. You know, it's like from the clarity, you know what you have to do. When you look into a lake, which is completely calm, and you can even see your face like in a mirror, you know, this clarity that you can see completely yourself, your face in that clear water. So now imagine for a moment that your mind could be as clear as that. No confusion, nothing, just as clear as that. And this is why I've been working with silence in practice, because I don't see that meditation is just the practice that I do when I sit just to meditate. I see meditation as a way of living. since I open my eyes in the morning, all day till night, on how do I see things? Do I allow things to impact me? You know, when you hear a new one, you know, this feeling, this is creating an impact in every cell of my body, and not only the body, but of course all my being. So how do I spend these moments in silence so that from this power that I was talking about before is so much present and alive that even if there is a piece of information that comes to me, okay, I will hear it clearly, but let's try that things doesn't create that much impact in us, because then I need time to restore that. I need time to say again, no problem, everything will be fine, everything will be okay, you know. So I think that it's something that we all need to practice. And for example, I'm going to say little things that can connect with us, because if we are working, for example, if you go to the office, or now, I don't know there, but many people here work from home still. So let's have some associated memories that connect us with silence. For example, before eating, let me just feel some seconds of full presence, like of appreciation, gratitude. No, I'm going to eat, so not everyone can eat today. So just some moments of appreciation and from silence. So before eating, is it possible just to have some moments of full presence in silence? If I'm drinking a glass of water every now and then, so I would use that action. Okay, let me be present here in this quiet and peaceful inner attitude. So let me be there, just drinking that glass of water. Or even, why not? I know some people here, they do this before starting any meeting at work. And now it's quite good to even say, why don't we start this meeting with some moments of silence? And I know some people that learn this coming to the center, but that they have encouraged their colleagues to do that. By the way, I was conducting a course in a company. This was last December, 3 mornings, 4 hours every day in a company for the top directors, and they wanted to learn meditation. So we spent all those hours learning techniques of how to use meditation at work. And they were quite brave to just put it like that straight away, you know. But I'm in contact with some of them still, and they say how they are using it. So why not? And then they realize that it's more productive, that a meeting that is starting after just some seconds, it's not even a minute sometimes, just some moments of, okay, let's be here, let's see, and from this quietness and being peaceful, and how then we will talk about whatever topic we need to talk about. But let's connect with silence in a more natural way. And what I like doing after the day is over, sometimes it's 8 o'clock or 8 p.m. I just go for a walk. And now it's not as dark as it used to, but still in some 2 months ago, it was quite dark. But even though I just would walk in silence, like finishing the day, walking by myself, and different ways that connect me with this, and in that moment was like finishing the day, like seeing what learnings have happened today, what I should be doing different, or what should I have said in a different way, what I've learned today, what has been my contribution today with some other people. You know, this inner conversation can only happen from solitude. in a peaceful atmosphere. So what I want to say is that it's not that I have to sit to meditate to be in silence. I can enjoy this silent mind, all being, anytime during the day. And at this moment especially, I think that love is really important, and I can feel that love in silence. Because I don't know if it's your experience, but people say, I need peace, I need peace. But unless they feel loved, peace can't be experienced. So there are many ways of sharing this, like loving nature with others. And silence is a way to do that, I think. Because from silence, I can see the other one. I would not, of course, I'm not reading the thoughts, but I can see the vibration of that particular person in front of me, right? So you can see another one, or you can see that person because that's your mother or child or your boss, or besides the role of that person, can you acknowledge that being from that inner attitude? And I'm seeing how conversations are in a different way when from this inner silent and loving attitude, I see others from that same perspective. And then I think it's your experience also, how the right words come to be shared with that person. And then you say, but why did I say that? I don't know, I was not thinking about that. Why did I say that? But because from that silent attitude, the right thought came to your mind and the right word came out from your lips. So silence really helps us in so many different ways. So yes, when I am meditating, of course, but then during the day, even the simple act of cooking. I'm cooking in silence, and then the people that will eat that food will take that peaceful atmosphere, so they will not only eat that food, they will also eat the peaceful attitude with which has been cooked. So all this really help us, and especially at these moments in times, I think that we all need to connect with each other from within, from in, out, not from out thinking I have to go in. Let's be inside, let's have that connection, and then from there, let's talk with everyone, let's share with everyone. So I think that we all need more that experience of silence, and we can experience that together later. Thank you. And this expression we have, Om Shanti, Om, I the self, Shanti, I am peace. So it's such a loving way of reminding ourselves who we are. And in the language of in India, in Hindi, I was very happy to know that Shanti, that for me had always been peace, it's also it also means silence. So when we say Om Shanti, it's also a way of saying I am a silent being by nature, which is really nice, and it was a discovery for me to know that.
Very nice. Thank you, Marta. Wonderful. Really enjoyed the way you spoke about silence, and also not only how you were speaking, but I can see that you have spent time in silence. There is a certain quality of clarity and power that vibrates from you. How could I say? So really attractive for all of us. Just have one question. We all have, I can see that in the audience, there are many who have been meditating many years. How to really take that pause for silence, because we all love it. Those who love to meditate love silence, but sometimes there's an inner resistance. You have this long list, and like you said, mind is maybe wandering. Is there any tips you can give for us that how to really at this moment create that silence? You gave some really good advices how to put it during the day, but something that we are not postponing that moment of silence.
We need to know what are our distractions and to be honest. So what are my distractions? And for me, it's been quite a practice that, for example, when I'm eating, my phone is far away, because it's like, okay, no problem, no? By just like this, you know, the messages that are entering. And although we are all meditators, or some of us, no, we practice meditation, but we keep sending messages to different people. I think it's like everyone. So just like that, you know, the message is entering, and then you create a conversation, even if you don't answer, but you already have that comment in your mind. So for me, this is quite a thing that I don't want that vibration of the phone while sitting. So then I use that time if I talk, or sometimes, many times I eat alone, for different reasons. So, okay, that's like also a practice of silence. Or if I want to listen to something that I'm really interested in, like a lecture or class that I'm interested in, then I would perhaps use that time for that. But like a conscious selection of what I want to listen to. This is one practice, but I think that also for me, I need to be very much aware of my distractions, because even love for silence is there. But for example, I'm quite effective in solving things. I know that, but sometimes it's not that good to think about things. You know, okay, now this is the time for this, then later I will think about that. And for me, this is a conscious decision that, you know, this has to be done, but not now. Then it's not postponing. It's like creating a timetable, acknowledging the distractions that may be there. Distractions or attractions, or I know, attachments, different things that may be there and that are not allowing me to be in the track that I want to.
Well, that's very good to be knowledgeable of what is that pulling us away from this silence. Yeah, and to be honest. We have another question here I would like to ask you. It's about uncomfortable silence and pleasant silence. And also for the audience, there's a possibility, if you have any questions, to send them in the chat and we will direct them to Marta. So this question is that how to change uncomfortable silence into pleasant one. Sometimes silence can be unnatural, not real, and then there is no sweetness but tension.
It's true, and thank you, by the way, to say that, because I also wanted to say something related to that, because, you know, here we have an expression, I don't know if it's there in English also, that silence can be cut with a knife. Do you say that? In Spanish, we say that when silence is a violent silence, it can be cut like that. Means, do you understand what I'm saying? Violent silence? Like, you know, when you are with a person in a very reduced space, for example, the lift, you are there, and it's like uncomfortable silence, you know, because you don't want to speak, but you feel that you have to, or you didn't want to meet someone, and just, by the way, just you meet that person just there, and there is silence, but you don't want to, but the other person has seen you and you have seen that person. So that those moments are not pleasant silence. I'm not talking about that. When I'm talking about silence, it's something different. It's like an inner experience of that gives you peace, the feeling of peace, not the opposite. So how to transform that? If silence may be uncomfortable silence at some moment, I need to check, why is that? Why that uncomfortable silence happened with that person and not with another one? Mm-hmm. I think it's also very healthy to acknowledge that there is something, perhaps something from the past, something unsolved, something I have not forgiven. Mm-hmm. So what is there that makes that space of time an uncomfortable space of silence? Mm-hmm. And it's good to acknowledge that. So even if that person did something to me, okay, that was done, that's it. But what can I do to change my feelings toward that person? So that if by chance I find that person again, at least I come from a neutral space, you know, and I know that for that we need to work quite intensively to change our feelings. And silence, good silence, I mean, it's also a way to create healthy relationships, or to change if I've experienced some toxic relationships sometimes. It's also good to see, okay, that was done, but what is there inside to change that? I'm not saying that the other person needs to change that. I don't know what that one will do, but at least it would give me more peace if I am able to change that. And I will be happy with myself, you know. I never thought that with this person I would feel so okay, but now I can say that, okay, that's over. You know, this nice feeling that, okay, something happened, but that's over.
Mm-hmm. Wonderful, wonderful, really nice. And today we have also possibility for guided meditation with Marta. So we are looking forward for it, because with this silent topic, definitely we don't want too much talk, but preparation is needed also to dive into a sweet silence. So would you like to say something before we have a meditation? Nice to have guided meditation with you.
Okay, yes. Let me say that some people, because now we are here in Spain, we are very active in YouTube. We have 2 or 3 live sessions every day. And some people say to me, you know, it's so nice because I can listen whilst I'm preparing dinner, or I am listening whilst I am ironing, or, you know, and that's okay. But I would recommend to disconnect from action. I'm not saying only now, but generally when you, every day, I think it's good just to do nothing at some moment. Because if on one side I say, yes, I'm in silent mode and that's okay, but I keep active, then this wouldn't allow me to really go within and to go into that experience, even that I can feel close to the divine, to have that connection, like really like a little girl, little boy meeting mom or dad, you know, this close connection that when I, the soul, I am really in tune. And the beautiful experiences in meditation come in those moments when you are really there, like bathing into that ocean of peace and love, and just allowing yourself to have that space for you, because you deserve it. So these moments that we give to ourselves are so precious that we shouldn't give them for granted. I mean, it's really something that it's not just, okay, I feel okay, you know, but many things happen inside. Like I was saying, even I can change way of behaving with others, or my vision towards others may change in a very conscious way when I give time to me for that purpose. And then you will see, and I'm sure that all of you must be experiencing that when you give importance to your practice of meditation, then you go and to talk to people and you go to work or whatever, and you feel yourself in a different way, and you say, oh, this person has said that to me today, and I was not affected at all. And before, I couldn't. If someone would have said that to me, I would be so, that would give me pain, but not today. So something must be there, that we are like transforming something from the roots. And for that, we need to give time and space to do that. So it's good to share with you all, because it also gives me, it's like seeing the effect inside. And also I would recommend that when you meditate, afterwards, you give some extra minutes to yourself to just see what has happened inside you. Just give time to you. And when we say, I don't have time, or we control every single hour or minute of our day. No, I mean, yes, we do that, but we create time for whatever we want to, right? So let me create time for my inner personal time of safety and wisdom inside.
Absolutely wonderful. Very valuable tips you have shared with us today, and also your whole presence has brought a lot of peace and silence. So I would like to invite you to go with us for a meditation journey as a guided meditation. So there is time for that. So maybe we start.
Okay. Let me just feel my presence wherever I am. I am here. And not only my body is here, but my mind, my heart, all my being is present here. And I am fully aware of this moment and fully aware of my value. And whatever has happened in my life has been good for me to be here now at this moment. So I try to go inwards, to go to the sacred space within. That space where thoughts have reduced the speed. And the thoughts I have are peaceful. And I connect with the peace within, the love within, the power within, the joy and the wisdom that are there within me. So in this silence, listen to your being, to the core of your being. and feel the peace, love, the power, the joy, the wisdom that have always been there with you, are with you, and will always be there with you. Let's just spend some moments in this quietness to experience it. In this silence, I feel so close to God as my parent, my friend. Knowing that in this moment in time, actually, I'm not alone. I've never been. I love solitude. And from this solitude, I know that this supreme, purest energy is there, watching me, empowering me, loving me. And the rays of peace and love from that Supreme Being reach to the deepest core of my being. And this also makes me more healthy inside, allowing me to love and to forgive others, but also myself. So in this silence, I know how valuable I am and how much do I deserve this love from the divine. So let's now spend some moments in silence, spreading this silent, loving, powerful vibration to all our brothers and sisters from around the world, but especially from this area where so many people are in need of drops of peace and love and clarity. It's like embracing my human family, my loving family. And now, again, I see how is my mind now, how is my heart. And perhaps I see with much clarity the next steps in my life. And I may even want to watch around wherever I am myself now here, and see that I am the same one, but something has changed. I'm looking now from within, aware I am using these windows, which are the eyes, to see around, the windows of my ears to listen to. But wherever I may go now, with whomever I may be, I still can remain in silence every now and then, because this is my nature. So this is my attitude towards life. Om Shanti.
Thank you, Marta.
Thank you.
Yeah, wonderful. And thank you not only to say words about silence and peace, but to give us experience. Such a lovely evening together with you, and also to really understand that silence is a treasure and we have to nurture it and look after it and enjoy it, and it will make life enjoyable.